Turkey. Here you have a political cartoon. You can see that it's written in German, so you can probably guess what side they're taking, showing the different countries around Germany, right? I can't really see my mouse because I'm outside and it's bright. Well, there it is. You see France, Frankreich, holding a leash connecting to Belgium, Czechoslovakia, and Poland, surrounding Germany. And you can see the F stands for the size of their standing army. The R stands for their military reserves. So you can see France has a standing army of 600,000 and a reserves of over 4 million troops. Belgium has a little bit. Czechoslovakia has 1 million people in their reserve. Poland has 3.2 million people in their reserve, and all of them are surrounding Germany, which has a total military size of 100,000 soldiers. So you can see that Germany is, as a result of the Treaty of Versailles, very much weakened militarily and in other respects. And you can see that the author or the artist here is trying to show that if France wants to sick the dogs on Germany, as you can see is represented by the leash here, they could do so, calling on Poland and Czechoslovakia and Belgium to invade Germany if they saw Germany doing anything that they didn't like, right? It also is going to change the map of Europe, as mentioned. Notable areas of change to observe. If you take a look, this map shows Europe before World War I. Look at where Austria-Hungary is. You're going to see that area is going to be turned into a number of different countries. You're going to see Germany, especially the eastern part of Germany, you're going to see it split off, and that was intentional. You're going to see the new country of Poland kind of dividing Germany from its own territory. That was intentional to make Germany weaker. And you're going to see the Ottoman Empire disappears, right? Take a look here. You see Czechoslovakia and Poland and Yugoslavia and Romania. Those are new countries that formed, that were taken out of the Austrian Empire. You can see Austria in the center of the map in kind of a purplish color. They have shrunk considerably. As mentioned, you see Germany is split by Poland and the Ottoman Empire is now just Turkey. As mentioned, I was going to discuss the reparations later. If you look down at the section titled Germany here, talking about the peace terms, you see in the reparations section, it says that Germany had initially agreed when they surrendered to pay a pretty generous amount of money. They said that they would pay for all damage that they caused in the war. All civilian damages. That would have ended up being about $25 billion American at the time. And that's still a lot of money, and it's quite a bit to offer up, but they would have been able to do it. But, as mentioned also, the French and the British got their way, and what that meant was that they were going to seek revenge from Germany. Now, the French and the British were very much in debt to the United States, who had more or less paid their bills during the war. And the French and the British wanted the Germans to pay all of their debt to the United States. And ultimately, they got their way. That was just too much money for the Germans to pay for. And the way that the French and the British put that into the peace treaty was just adding insult to injury, right? In the Treaty of Versailles, the part that talks about why Germans should pay for all of this is a part called the War Guilt Clause, which basically said that the Germans were 100% responsible for starting the war. Now, if you go back to the beginning of this slideshow, there's no arguing at all that the Germans were 100% responsible for this war. The causes of the war were extraordinarily complex, and if you even look at the immediate cause of the war, the Germans were at best a secondary player in the event that started the war with the assassination that involved directly Austria. And and secondarily Russia, Germany was just kind of along for the ride. So to say that Germany is 100% responsible for the war is just plainly untrue. But when you win a war, I guess you get to decide what's true and what's not, right? So that's what they made Germany do. And you can see in this political cartoon, again, it's written in German. The title is German, at least at the bottom. It says Der Tag. I don't know exactly what that means. But the rest of the cartoon's in English. You can see that the Germans, represented by the cartoonish figure being strangled by the big hand of the British Empire, France, America, Italy, and Japan, being forced to swallow the peace terms. It says you've got to swallow it whether you like it or not. And that's what happened. The victorious people agreed and signed this treaty and basically said to Germany, you're going to do this or we're going to go back to war with you. And that's something that they could not deal with. The peace treaties were criticized immediately by a number of people. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because we're going to be reading more about this in our assignment that's coming up. But basically, I mean, you've listened to me speak. You've seen what's going on in these notes. This is not a fair process, really. Any way you shake it, and people are going to call it out for what it is from the very start. Right? So that about wraps it up for the video series then. If I could see my mouse, I'll bring my camera back up to say goodbye to you all. It's been a pleasure being with you for most of this morning and this early afternoon. It's 12:48 on Wednesday, or is it Thursday? It's hard to keep track of the days right now. It's Wednesday. Yeah. On this sunny Wednesday afternoon, glad to be kind of back in front of you guys talking history, and well, it's not really in front of you. I'm in my backyard and you're wherever you are. So peace be with you, and I'll be back in front of you guys sometime soon. I'll be doing at least one Google Hangout session with you guys a week, starting either later this week or early next week. I'm thinking about running them every Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, to just kind of get you guys in a virtual room talking about anything that you guys have on your mind, just giving you the opportunity to connect and all that. So there will be that. All right, guys. I'll catch you soon. See ya.